So we're continuing here on page 118, more about these major scales. When you have a piece of music that uses this set of notes, we say we're in the key of that scale. So this is an E major scale, and if I use those pitches for my piece of music, then we say we're in the key of E major, which is the key, or sometimes we use the word tonality for that. And the most important thing about it is if you use those notes, then that tonic note will sound like the most important thing in the at-home example. I'm going to try to play a little for you. I think this keyboard comes out a little distorted on the videos. I'm sorry about that. If I play this. So you know that song, and I played it in the key of C major, and it makes C sound like the final note, the place we would end up at home. So it's really not satisfactory to end on that D. We want to go all the way to here because of the way the pitches interact. Now I could use a different scale or play it in a different key, and then another note would sound like it was the most at-home note. Let's say if I use the notes of the E flat scale, which are E flat, F, G, A flat, B flat, C, D, E flat. Now I'm going to start on the third scale degree of this scale. Now we want to hear this one, because that's the new tonic, or the tonality of this key. Now if you were using, say, this scale, the E major scale, and you kept having to put these sharps in front of everything, soon that gets kind of tiresome, and all those sharps marked in the music make it harder to read. So instead of having the sharps spread all through the piece of music, let's in this example, A flat, B flat, E flat, D flat, another A flat, another B flat. We put them all back here at the beginning. And this means anytime you see an A or a B or an E or a D, you need to play not the normal note, but the flat note. And this is called the key signature. So when we see that at the beginning, that means we know that, that we're going to play those flats all the time. And also, I happen to know that the key that has 4 flats is A flat major. It can also mean something else, but for us right now, 4 flats, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, that means A flat major. And it won't be just any random 4. If it's 4, it will be those. If it's 3, it will be B flat, E flat, A flat. If it's 2, it's B flat, E flat. We'll come back to that in just a moment. Now, in the course of a piece of music, sometimes composers or songwriters want to use notes that are not part of the major scale. They're going to sort of borrow a note from another scale. And when we do that, we have to change the key signature to show we want something different. All right? Or they say nullify the key signature. So in this piece, we have 2 sharps, F sharp and C sharp. So I know when I play this, oh, there's an F, better play F sharp, blah, blah, blah. There's a C, better play C sharp. But here, Tchaikovsky wants you to use a different note that's not in this key. So he puts a sharp before that D to say, don't play normal D here, play D sharp. And that is called an accidental, where these sharps or flats show up in the middle of the piece. Or perhaps it could be naturals, like the key signature has said, play C sharps. But here he said, no, don't, play the normal C. That's this one. Now right here, he's reminding us, now, it's not D sharp like it was back here, playing just plain D. Didn't have to put that there. That's called a courtesy accidental. But then he wants you to go back to D sharp again, so he has to add this one here. So everything else is just follow the key signature until we get to here. Nope, another accidental, play A sharp. Now what you have to remember, and some of you probably know already, when a sharp appears before a note, or a flat, or a natural, any accidental, when it appears before a note, it applies to that note for the rest of that measure. So this is D sharp. This is also D sharp because it's in the same measure. This is a new measure, so that's D natural. Like I said, he didn't have to put that, just being helpful. And then this one goes back to D sharp. Over here, this is an A sharp. Here's another one, so that needs to be A sharp also. But if there was an A in this measure, it would be A natural. Now a flat, E flat here and B flat here. So there's a good many accidentals in that example. As I mentioned, this one was unneeded. That's a cautionary accidental. I prefer to see those in parentheses so that we don't think we missed something. He knows, he's just reminding you. But this text and a lot of publishers will just put them in even when they're not needed. That can be confusing, but that's what they're there for.